Okay, perfect. So educational purposes, once again, for you guys. Let's get, like I said, I need 3 in front of the seams of the mirror, and then 3 will get into the ring with me. And Jesus, really pay attention to this because you asked me a question about head movement yesterday. Jesse, you'll stay in too. Huh? No, you guys need it for right now. Frankie, Chris, you guys will hop in front of the mirror. Don't worry about rapping so much right now that you guys will get out of the drill. So remember, make sure that you split your heels on the seam of the mirror so you guys can work on up, down, left, right, side to side. So now everybody look inside the ring so you can see where I'm at. Remember, whenever I have you guys work on the slip line, I need you guys, the slip line for your head slot, but then also you're on the bottom to hold your feet accountable, right? So if I'm right here and I'm on the back foot, right? And I always explain this system according to how I speak, but I need to explain what it actually means. So that way, if you work with another coach, like maybe you're out of town and he's holding mitts for you, or you guys are holding mitts for each other, you still understand that even if he called it something else, this is really what it looks like, right? So now most of my weight is on my back foot right now, which means I'm loaded to go ahead and throw a big right hand, and I'm in a right-handed position where my opponent can go and hit me. So now from this position, I have an up and I have a down from here, but I also have like a slight shoulder rotation. So if I were to put my hands kind of like this, right, as I bend at the waist and I hinge here, you see how I'm in a lower position right now? Realistically, if this slip line was set up above my shoulder, that's me kind of going underneath the hook or dipping below a shot. My head's the target, so now I can go ahead and dip down. Now from here, I can rotate my shoulders based on my hip being here to now go shoulder loaded this way and then shoulder loaded this way. You see how now I'm still on this side of the line? But it does allow me to open up depending on where my opponent's position is, right? So I have that opportunity to, now that I dipped, I can go rotate, rotate. Now that I'm high, I can go rotate, rotate. Now, same thing as far as if I dip, I change positions. That same thing's there for me. I can go rotate, rotate. I come high, I can come rotate, rotate. You see how we have those different positions, technically almost like 6. I have high front foot, low front foot. Then I also have as far as for shoulder closed or shoulder open, shoulder closed. Same thing as far as on this side. High, low, shoulder closed, shoulder open. See how that works? So now if you incorporate what those hands look like, I can come here, I can come there, I can come there. I can go ahead and come up. I can go ahead and shoot all these shots. That's why I tell you guys that there's really only straights or rounded shots. I always forget what that's called, but do you guys remember that Da Vinci thing, that painting? What's that? Do you guys remember what that's called? I've probably asked this like 5 times, and I've asked every single time before. But it's the man where he's sitting like this, and then he has like all the different hand. Do you guys know what painting I'm talking about at least? Yes. Okay, so it's the same thing as far as for understanding that we're rotational creatures. So I'm able to go ahead and rotate this way. I'm able to go ahead and rotate this way. I'm able to go ahead and rotate. Like I can rotate all the way around, right? And so now from a circle standpoint, if I have my hands like this, you see how I can go ahead and do that? You see how now if this slip line wasn't there, I'm able to go ahead and do that. I'm able to go ahead and do that. Well, now that I'm also able to do that, I'm able to go ahead and straighten it, go straight through instead of going into a looping, 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 straight, straight. So you see how that works? And so now if the 2 people are in the ring right now, so Jesse and Jesus, you guys will be with each other, just so you guys face each other and see what's going on. So I want you guys to play around with your head slots and where you're at. Same thing as far as for the group in the mirror. So I want you guys to do one position change at a time, and that person is going to throw a shot according to where your new position is, just so you guys can see how you would throw these shots. So what that would look like is if me and Jesse go together right now. So I'm right here. Jesse is going to change positions. Change positions. Now he's low. So now I think to myself, what shot would I throw based on him being here, based on where I'm at, right? So now for me, I might have shot that shot there because his head went low, right? So now he protects that space. He's not moving his head. He's just understanding how to protect this position. Now that's one position change for him. Now I will go ahead and change positions wherever I want to go. Now he would shoot a shot according to where he's at and where I went. Don't change at the same time. Just shoot it from there. Okay. Boom. You see it? That's his target. Now we reset. He changes positions. Now I will go ahead and shoot a shot wherever he's at. You see how we're doing that? So you guys are just playing around with throwing shots according to where that person's head slot goes so you can see what that means. So you remember we can throw off of exits. We can throw where somebody's head is going to be. We can throw where somebody's head is, and we can go ahead and throw where somebody's new position in their head is. The same way that we're able to throw when we're in our position, as we change positions, and as we're in the new position. But this is just an easier way for you guys to kind of see all the patterns and the choreography that might happen depending on the finite head slots that people can go. Does that make sense what we're doing? So we're only going to go a minute on. Actually, let's play around a little bit more with this today. We'll go 2 minutes on, 30 seconds off, and we'll rotate accordingly. And we're going to rotate towards the right. So, Amari, you'll go towards your right where Chris is. Chris, you'll go where Frankie is. Frankie, you'll hop in the ring. Jesse, you'll go ahead and get out to where Amari is. Jesus, you will go ahead and come to this side. Does that make sense of what we're doing today? And I'm gonna walk around and kind of play with your positions a little bit and kind of help you through. But right now, you guys are artists. You guys have a blank canvas. I'm not even going to give you tools to go ahead and paint the canvas. I'm not even going to go ahead and tell you that you might paint the canvas. However you want to go ahead and be an artist today, go ahead and do so. Let's work. Change positions first, Jesus. So be honest, was that a position change, yes or no? And Jesse, you coach him up as well. If he didn't change positions, that's the idea that when you guys are fighting, I changed positions and you really didn't, right? So that's what we're working on. Coach each other up along the way. For you guys in front of the mirror, you remember you have right side of the seam and you have left side of the seam. You have up and up, down, rotation. As far as the shoulder closed, shoulder open. Don't worry, we only got a little bit more recording so I can get the music back on for you guys. You can go looping shots. You can go straight shots. You guys don't have to guess. Your opponent's right in front of you. So whatever the entry point, that's the shot that you would throw. You're either going straight up the middle through his gloves, through his guard, around his guard, low and up the middle through his guard, high and up the middle around his guard, to the body if you want, making sure our hand position is good as we block. Make sure you take that left hand, too, when you block that shot to the body, Jesse, because right now, if you just were to tap and then go ahead and shoot a looping shot over the top, it's because you expose your left side over on here. Okay. So all that's available. Okay. 30 seconds. Keep working. Could you rotate that way? Why could you not? What does the zip line just tell you? You're getting your head chopped off. So that's one of those things that you just ran into a shot trying to set up something else, right? Let's work. That's time. So be honest right now. When I say honesty, this is actually kind of a new thing that I read as well. So if you're honest with yourself and the only thing that you're speaking about is negativity, that's self-hate. Honesty is also like you could be doing something good, right? So when I ask you guys this question, don't answer according to what you think I want to hear. Answer honestly, right? Is this a hard drill? Yes? Is it a hard drill? 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 You're lying. This is a hard drill. This is a hard drill because you guys it's very easy to be distracted with all the opportunities that you guys have to do stuff. And this is back onto your point, what we talked about yesterday when you asked me, right? Hey, coach, I feel like I move too much. This is going to stop you from doing the extra movement because you're like, oh, shoot, something that I think is only one movement is actually two. So when you guys go ahead and throw this and come back down, that's two movements. That's not one. So most of the time when your guys' coach tells you to go ahead and throw a shot and put your hand back, that's two movements. There's no possible way that you can go ahead and shoot a right hand and somebody shoots a right hand at the same time as you or a left hand at the same time as you, and you get your hand back in time faster than they threw the left hand because they threw the left hand as you were extending your right. So if you know that that's not humanly possible, wouldn't you understand that if I throw a right hand and they're throwing the left at the same time, I have to use another line of defense? So this drill is hard. It's tedious. And most people don't want to get in front of a mirror and sit here for 2 minutes straight doing the same thing over and over. So you guys should use the fact that this is a hard drill and it's tedious to understand the advantages that you can get over other fighters because most fighters want to do what when they get into the gym? They want to hit the bag. They want to hit the mitts. So now, as long as you have those blinders on and you're willing to go ahead and do these small, tedious, hard things, it's going to go ahead and be exponential growth compared to everybody else. Because if this was just based on your experience level, if somebody had 10 years experience in boxing, pack them up. I'm taking my shoes off. I'm never going to catch you. You have 10 years experience on me. No, that's not how it works. It's what you do at the time that you're here. This is tedious. This is boring. This is the grind. People don't want to go ahead and do this. That's why it's hard. Does that make sense? So let's rotate, and then we'll go ahead and get back at it. And now I'll put music on because I think I've done enough talking and yapping on YouTube. So comment below what more drills you guys want to see. If you guys have more questions on this, that's up to y'all, but I got to get back to coaching. If the bell's on, let's work.